We expect about 2020. I mean, in the average life cycle of a product, we consider 5 to 8 years of our products. That means we expect 2020 as a very, very reasonable goal. Nevertheless, there are some countries we are still facing issues, like one of the main topics, Japan, where we cannot prove right now if we will be successful with 2020. Different ones. There is not an answer one size fits all. There is more like there are some legal restrictions like we were facing in the US. There is in some countries like Japan the perception of especially hydrocarbons which we are using, and we have different areas to work on, policy side as well as the after sales aspect, which is even in some countries like Middle East, Africa, the major topic, and yeah, a lot of challenges around the world and all different kind of aspects. No, because the background or the situation is a slightly different one. In the US there was a very clear policy relevant discussion which was directed towards the APA, and we are more than happy to be successful in this area. But for Japan the topic is a different one. We don't have this limitation in terms of an approval. We have more the limitation that the retailer, the end user are not so familiar with the technology of hydrocarbons, and even more they do not accept it right now. So it's more like arguing towards the retailer why it is the right decision, why we have to work towards natural refrigerants as the right alternative for plug-in units. Absolutely, absolutely. This was one of the major learnings for us here in the Atmosphere Conference, that there are some products, especially products already from Austria, in the market using natural refrigerants. And of course this makes it much easier if some of the retail have already products from AHT in their stores, to argue that also it would make sense Red Bull cooler with hydrocarbon refrigerant be placed in their stores. It's quite important because there is nobody should underestimate how much impact refrigeration has on the CO2 footprint of a sold product, especially on beverage. In the market, we're talking about 30 up to 40% of the CO2 footprint of a can, and therefore, of course, the refrigeration has to be a very important aspect of our sustainability policy. This is a question, it's quite easy to answer. All of our suppliers basically we're working with on the eco cooler. We are talking about in European manufacturer, we're talking about Liebherr, for example, ER, part of the Aptar group, we're talking about West First. In the Americas, very strong with Imbera and also a little bit with True, as well as we're working on Asian plants with Beishu out of China, and a minority we do with Frigoglass as well. As you were asking the right way, we expect our supplier to support, which means if we see and if we struggle with servicing or repairing in some of our countries, we basically send our supplier to these countries to train the local service team, as the service team are external companies, not within the Red Bull group. We basically are trying to push our supplier to help them to get better understanding and knowledge about hydrocarbons. We have done it, for example, in the US. So all our main suppliers which are delivering now a hydrocarbon cooler to the US has to go to one of the main repair spots to train all the service technicians.